At the end of the season, the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to have a very interesting decision to make with running back Najee Harris. Will they pick up his fifth-year option? Najee Harris had 2,000-yard seasons his first 2 years. First year, he was the bell cow back, as Mike Tomlin would call. Heavy usage, a lot of touches. And in his second year, he was dealing with a Liz Frank injury. He got off to a slow start and things like that. And that's when you seen the emergence of Jaylen Warren. He came in and picked up the slack, making a name for himself, which brings us to this year. Mike Tomlin is elected to go with the running back by committee, which benefits both backs. And doing that, you've seen Jaylen Warren's production pick up. He's been very productive. He's shown that he can do everything, everything that a running back should be able to do. He can block, he can catch the ball out the backfield. He hits the hole fast with a burst, and he has speed, so he's an all-around back. He has shown that. And man, I think the deadline is May. May is, so that's right before next season. So Najee Harris has the rest of this season to make his case, to why the Pittsburgh Steelers should pick up his fifth-year option. And if you look at the line, the way the line is built for the Steelers, that's the way the line is going to be. I believe they overhauled and brought some guys in, Sal Mala, your starters, and Herbig for depth and things like that. Some other guys, so the line is basically what it's going to be. It's just have to gel and come together. They may get some guys, may get a free agent or something like that, or promote somebody from the practice squad or whoever beat out a guy in training camp. You know how that goes. But that's the line, and Jaylen Warren gets the most out of that line if you look at it. The Green Bay Packer game, the line collapsed on him. He was still able to squirt through and get like 15, 20 yards. One of the linemen was knocked back into him. He spun off. The lineman, one of his own linemen, is able to still get some positive yards. So, Jaylen Warren is making it a hard decision for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and if you look at it, the way the running backs have been going, with the production from backs in later rounds, look at Jaylen Warren, undrafted guy coming in, and he's making it hard, for Najee Harris, to get that option picked up from his production and things like that. So the Steelers may say, hey, we can draft a guy late in the draft and get the same production, or sign a veteran and get the same production, depending on the bill of what it's going to be. You may want to take that money and go in a different direction. Pat Freiermuth, you got to make a decision on him. Coming up in the near future, no fifth-year option because he's a second-round guy. So you have to make that decision there. You may want to take the money and go that route, or other positions. Cornerback, you look at that position, you may want to take that money and go in that direction. The good thing about that position is Corey Trice will be coming back, so you'll have your young guys. Joey Porter Jr., who's playing and shows you he can play. So hopefully Corey Trice, he was showing some signs of training camp and things like that. So, you're good there. But Levi Wallace is up, and he showed no signs that he should be brought back. So you're still probably going to need a guy there, So I don't know if you want to draft like you drafted last year, 2 corners, so you may want to look at linebacker for the draft and things like that. The middle, like get a young guy. So, there's ways you can go, or you may want to sign somebody with the money, middle linebacker, depending on what the bill is for Najee Harris. Najee Harris had a good line at Alabama. For his running style, bigger power back. You need to open up those holes that the Pittsburgh Steelers offensive line is not really opening up for Najee Harris. I believe that's probably one of his problems You know, if you look at running backs and the thing that Najee gets for he's a first round back. You know, when you get backs out the first round, you think of guys like Saquon Barkley and Christian McCaffrey, and if you look at the first round back this year, you know, the running back out of that went to the Lions, Gibbs. You know, he's very productive in his first year, helping that offense, you know, do some things. So you look at those guys, and then you look at Najee Harris, and you say, man, it's just not there. He's a first round back, and that may just be, you know, a reason why the Steelers pick the option up, is because he is a first round guy. You know, he's been taking this running back committee thing very good. You know, his attitude's been nice. You know, he's not been a cancer at any stages. You know, he looks like a leader. They made him captain and everything early in his career. So his personality in his locker room and his things like that, leadership traits is there. So they may bring it back for that. You never know. But you know, as far as production and running and things, man, Jaylen Warren is proven, is showing that he can do it. He can pick up the slack as long as you keep the same approach with the running back committee. Pittsburgh Steelers still have Anthony McFarland. Maybe they want to do the Jaylen Warren, Anthony McFarland experiment. You know, Anthony McFarland's the fast guy. You know, he has some health issues. He can't stay healthy, but you know, they may want to try that. You know, you never know, but it's going to be a very interesting decision to make. You know, Najee Harris has the rest of this season, you know, to make his case, and the question would be, if you were the Pittsburgh Steelers, you know, you have to make this. You have to make the decision. Mike Tomlin comes in, because Mike Tomlin looks like he loves Najee Harris. He comes in and he makes his point to pick up that option. What do you tell him? You know, do you pick it up or don't or not? So that's just something that we're just going to have to stay tuned and monitor and see what goes on with the Pittsburgh Steelers and Najee Harris' fifth-year option, which is going to be very, very interesting, especially with the production of Jaylen Warren. So we're just going to have to see what goes on there. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to get all the new videos. And until next time, I'm out.